about you guys, but I'm worn out. It's a fantastic effort, I thought, by both teams. I thought we played really, really hard. We didn't play as intelligently as I like for us to play at times. First 6 minutes of the second half, they had 4 old-fashioned three-point plays. We were just reaching in and slapping a guy instead of staying in front of the basketball. But Brice Johnson was off the charts. I've been on his case for 4 years. I'm still going to be on his case, but 39 points, 23 rebounds. That was a man's night. We needed him to stay out of foul trouble because Joel got his third, Isaiah got his fourth, Joel Berry got 4, Theo got 4. I think we had way too many fouls. They shot 32, 34 free throws, but it was a heck of an athletic event out there with 2 very good basketball teams. Mays just went absolutely crazy on us the first half. We started out the same way. We wanted to do a great job on him. He had 6 points, I think, the first 3 possessions of the second half, so that shows how effective my halftime talk was. But again, Brice and Marcus, I thought were really big. They took a 1-point lead, and I think it was 1 possession. Steve and I were talking down here, but that's when Brice missed the 2 free throws on the technical. And then Marcus made 2 free throws. We got the ball out of bounds. We didn't score then, so we only got 2 points out of it. But then on, we really made some big plays. Joel Berry made a big 3 for us again. But we'd missed some shots around the basket, and Brice was there chasing it down and putting it back in for us. But those guys were great. I thought that their kids, again, Tan Mays was really something, and I thought Beasley and Bacon in the second half were exactly opposite of what they were in the first half. They were really effective with their athleticism and rebounding the ball on the offensive board. So very fortunate, very lucky.
Roy, I know you've seen a lot of great performances, but just put in perspective what Brice did.
I told him in the locker room, I tell our guys all the time about some of the great performances I've had, guys. Nick Collison against Duke one time had over 20 points, 20 rebounds. Same thing against Texas. Sean May, last game of the regular season, over 20 points and rebounds. Tyler 40 one night, but this is about as good as any I've ever seen, particularly on the road. 39 points, 23 rebounds is really something. Especially for Brice, because I stay on his case and Kennedy's case so much because their effort's got to be at a higher level and be more consistent. But he was there tonight.
What do you think it was that was the big difference?
Probably Brice, the stars and the moon were aligned properly. Probably what it was.
Coach, by going small, did that seem to open up the interior for Bryson?
People think that, Kennedy went out, but we've had Joel in the game, and he's more of a standstill guy than even Kennedy is. Isaiah was in there. I think it was just Brice was effective going to the boards, and you get more rebounds when you go there. Sometimes he doesn't get to the offensive board nearly as much. They pressure you a lot, and they pressured us into some turnovers. We turned it over 16 times. We're averaging like 10, something like that a game. But also they pressure you, and it opens up the drives more. And when you drive, that breaks down the box outs. And if you miss the shots, then Brice is there to get the rebound. If we had 5, 7 footers, and still if you're able to drive the ball to the basket, it breaks down all the box outs.
You guys are one of the most efficient offensive teams in the country, but how much do you attribute some of these points to the rule change this season?
Wow. None. I don't think it's that big of a factor. I like everything, the idea of trying to open up the game more. They shot 34 free throws and we shot 32, so there's a lot of foul shot. But we made 24, they made 24, so both teams shot pretty good percentage. I don't like not having a 5-second closely guarded goal. I think we need that if we truly want to promote team play and flowing action, because we allow one person to stand there and dribble the ball all day. I wish the coach could still call a timeout, but other than that, I like everything in the package. It's harder on the officials, but kids got to learn to play without fouling. We try to teach our guys to play defense without fouling, and we didn't do a very good job of teaching that early in the second half, particularly.
Coach, I apologize for asking this already, but as far as your thoughts on FSU, what do you think about them tonight, and maybe what's the difference between the team you saw tonight versus teams you've seen in the past that have been maybe a little bit more slow in tempo?
Well, I like the fast tempo that they play. Leonard's smart enough to figure out that he likes it in Weller. He wouldn't be trying to play it. I mean, that guy's won a few games. Beasley and Bacon are really a threat for them. Athletic, big guys who can shoot the three, take it to the basket, follow the misses, put it in. Neither one of them had good first halves. I think one of them had 2 fouls. One was 1 and 8. 1 for 8, but I thought the second half, I don't have a halftime stat, but they end up with 15 and 18, and at half they didn't have anything like that. So, and then Mays, as I said, their strength is on the perimeter and their speed and athleticism. So if I were coaching them, I'd do the same thing Leonard did. I'd try to run like crazy, but you know, it's like us. Sometimes we have some holes in our lineup. Tonight they may have had some holes. I'll let him evaluate that.
Coach, tough opening stretch. They ACC play with 3 games in 5 days. What have you liked out of your team during the stretch?
Well, it's even 4 games in 8 days, counting the non-conference game. It's been tough on our guys. It's tough on the coaching staff. But I challenged them to play every game at that day. It was the most important game on that day. And in the huddle, I kept challenging them about being tougher, be more poised, be more competitive, because it was a dogfight out there.
Coach, when your team can score 106 points on the road in an ACC contest in hostile arena, what does that say about your offense tonight?
Well, it says something about our offense and theirs. They want a quick tempo as well. We couldn't stop them early in the second half because they kept running right up our backs. I mean, Brice made a layup and Beasley lays it up on the other end and gets fouled even after a made basket. So I think both teams like that tempo. And, you know, to be a really good team, I've said this many times, we need to be able to win in the 50s and 60s. But I like it a lot better when it's in the 80s and 90s or 100. I mean, I think those are enjoyable games to watch. There's more plays, you know, more causes for heart attack for the coaches, I guess, but I like the tempo of the game.
What's been your thoughts on maybe some of the
I'm sorry?
What's been your thoughts on some of the teams you've seen in the ACC in terms of depth-wise, especially when you look at FSU, Miami, teams that have kind of had inconsistent years? Is it more depth than normal, or how would you describe it?
Well, I think it's a fantastic year in the league, but other than the teams that we're getting ready to play, I haven't seen the rest of the league. I haven't seen Miami play 3 possessions. I haven't seen Duke. I haven't seen Boston College. You know, big fella, you want to come up here and sit down?
I got a question.
Okay.
Sweats.
You guys think 39 and 23 is okay to let them wear warm-ups back? Let's all vote. If you think they should wear warm-ups back, raise your hand. Bryce, you got the victory, son. Tell them warm-ups just because you came and asked. First time I've been nice to you in 4 years.
Brice.
All right, did I finish that? I really haven't seen the rest of the teams. And it's just, I'm one of those crazy guys. I just focus on who we're playing, and before we play them, I watch them a lot.
Coach,
But I think we're the best league in the country. I mean, nobody wants to come and play this schedule.
Coach, thank you. We're going to get Brice up
Last
here
one.
before.